Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, and welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the topic reads: Is Abuja now the capital of Imo State? Imolites asks Hope Uzodinma, as they call him, the Abuja governor. But before we go into the news and the further analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. After the burial of late Senator Benjamin Nwajumugu, the governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, along with the Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawal, departed Owerri for Abuja. Hope Uzodinma just recently came back from Abuja, and since his swearing in, that's less than 2 months, he has traveled mostly to Abuja countless of times. This has caused reactions from many Imolites, that's Imo citizens, as they are now calling him the Abuja governor. Some even went further to say that Abuja is now the new Imo State capital, and that is why he prefers to stay there than in Owerri. And here are some of the reactions in one of the social media handles. One calls him Abuja governor. Supreme Court governor is going back to Abuja. The battle is not over. Another big time comedian at Owerri, they are actually referring to as Hope Uzodinma, governor of Abuja State. Very comical. And that one here says, just imagine how this man is disgracing himself and Imolite and all that. But let's go back to the news. He said he might be going to Abuja for a good reason, but it's getting too much and he needs to spend more time in the state. He can designate his deputy for some of those trips. Alright, let's hear what the Nigerians are saying online. These are actually those who reacted to the fact that they call him the Abuja governor. As someone says here, somebody who came from back, what do you expect from him? Okay, as he needs to keep paying tribute to those who made him the governor, okay? Another one here says he's scared of losing the mandate, so he's following up on Buhari and other stakeholders to keep his mandate intact. Well, okay. Another one here says, what's bad of his regular trip going to Abuja? You didn't mandate him in Imo, but mandated him in Abuja. Okay. Another one here says, if he like, let him live in Abuja or Ghana. He's our governor and he's the answer to Imo State problem. If you don't have hope, you are hopeless. Okay. This one said alright. And I want to say he's a thief and God Almighty will take back the power from him there. God Almighty will take the power from him there to beg so that he could remain in power. Another one is asking, what does he know about governance? Another one is saying, call him whatever name you want, he still remains the governor of Imo State. Whalers. He's talking about those who do not believe in Hope Uzodinma. Another one here says, never Imolite, but miscreant posting clueless comments. He believes that those who have been saying those words are definitely not Imolites. Here, another one here is saying, if that man does not have anything to offer, let him give way, so that someone who has something to offer will continue. He is now a church rat, Lassa rat, Aso Rock no go save Hope. Another one here says, obtaining by trick no dey last. Another one here says, leave him, the battle isn't over yet. Okay, that's how much we would take about the feelers and how Nigerians are reacting to this. But I tend to take a cue from one or two respondents. The truth be told, if he got the mandate, it's quite unique. It's almost ridiculous to hear that someone who's fourth in a ranking and during the election polls, ended up being the governor after the sack of Governor Mekahide. So it doesn't jive really. So if those who made it possible, even though it looks impossible in the eyes of the common man, but it became possible in Nigeria, where number 4th person in the election process became the governor. So if your seat is now shaking, who do you think you should meet? Those who made it happen. So to a great extent, if he didn't believe, let's be real here, Everybody believes that in Nigeria, Supreme Court verdict can't be reversed. It can be reversed and it can be reviewed. And they believe since it's the apex court and it's the Supreme Court as the highest court in the land, whatever verdict they give becomes final. No one can reverse it. No one can question it. And probably that's why when other courts, lower courts, did not give the verdict that suited Hope Uzodinma, the Supreme Court was where they finally, nailed it. So he was comfortable with the fact that that's the apex court. Who else again will you report? If you want to report, go and report it to God. And let God do it at his own time. Not necessarily be in the level of governorship now, but at his own time, in his own pace. But for now, he's the governor. So he didn't expect, he never believed that there will be a revisit or a review to this. So all of a sudden, something that looked as if it was a done deal. Protests coming, they were like, Nigerians were actually used to protest. We keep hearing that Nigerians protest is a normal thing. When they're done with protesting, they will come back and face the business of the day. But instead of just protesting, instead of moving, from protesting to PDP coming into full glare of the whole thing, insisting that there has to be a review. It didn't end there, and all of a sudden, foreign international bodies started showing interest. All of a sudden, even United States, just like Soweris matter, see, there's not Soweris, so before you know it, international senators, U.S. senators started becoming very interested in that case until finally they had to tread very carefully in this issue. And this is the same thing that's almost happening in Emeka Ihediohan's case versus Hope Uzodinma, where he felt, okay, we've done it, that's the highest we can do, that's the best we can do. When it gets to the level of apex, that Supreme Court, no one can question it, it's final. I'll become the governor, no one will question me until probably the next 4 years before we start thinking of this. This same thing, not necessarily, yes, something, not this particular, but something similar. I think that's the Bayelsa case, and happened to Atiku. As soon as Supreme Court said that he has no case, it was thrown to the trash, and that was it. Atiku had to hold his peace. So they felt, okay, since that's the same thing that happened to Atiku, let's do the same thing with Emeka Ihediohan. By the time we do it, he will just give us that. If we can do it to the presidential aspirant, who is the Imo State aspirant or governor that we can't sack, and he will not take it in good faith. He never believed that at this point there will be agitations. He never believed that all of a sudden American councillors, American citizens, all of a sudden U.S. government will be interested in the Kabu results that was gotten, quote unquote, Kabu results that was gotten in the case Emeka Ihediohan versus Hope Uzodinma's case, and that is enough to make him very jittery. So from time to time he needs to go. Now remember, the case has been shifted to March 2nd, which is quite a lot of time, and don't forget that we have limited hands in the Supreme Court, the judges in the Supreme Court. So they're now thinking, who do we use? Danko has been used the first time. Would he be willing to be used the second time and tarnish his career once and for all? And I feel, I don't know what he may be going to Abuja for. He may be going for other projects too. Don't forget that I'm sure he's doing 1 or 2 projects in Imo State, but the truth be told, until this is off his shoulders, he may likely not concentrate as the governor. Because what's the essence of trying to be very comfortable when you're not sure that in the next 3 months you'll still be seated on that same seat and be called the governor? So, one has to be very careful here. So I feel that, to me, if I was to be in his shoes, I don't pray to be in his shoes anyway, but if I was to be in his shoes, rather than going to Abuja here and there, I will try to make Imolites love me. Ask me how. I will start doing projects, really practical projects. I will continue from where Emeka Ihediohan has stopped. In fact, I will liaise with him. Yes, I will liaise with him. I will make Imolites happy by doing projects, where necessary, recover monies. But before you recover all those monies, don't begin to point fingers. This one's loot here. Let there be tangible improvement in the state. Imolites deserve so much. They have been relegated to the background for a long while because of the, administration before now, how they did a very funny project that doesn't have any economic effect and value to the Imolite, like building statues. They say it's for historical value. I wonder who does that. Imolites need economic value for their money, for their taxes, for their sweat and time, and next you do to build statues. What does it have? What effect does it have to the common man in Imo State? And these are things that had happened for 8 years running. So Imolite need a fresh air, breath of fresh air. And it looks as if Hope was Emeka here that was trying to give them something like that. Although he was trying to set up structures, he was doing something that will make Imolite look, that at least there's hope in this dispensation. All of a sudden, Hope Uzodinma came in. Now that Father Mbaka has said hope is coming in and hope is going to bring hope to the Imolite, I expected that he should start, walking in queue with the prophecy that was given to him by, begin to do projects, outstanding projects, begin to empower the people, do things to show Imolite that you didn't just take the mandate, but you are truly here to walk in their favor. They are all Imolites, and you want things to happen, for the betterment of the Imolite. Not what for the past 2 months you have been almost in Abuja. People are not feeling you, they're not seeing you. But then that's my take on this. What's your take? Do you think Hope Uzodinma is going down to Abuja for his own personal gains, in the sense that he doesn't want to lose his seat as the governor of Imo State? Or do you think he's going down to Abuja to secure more contract or to get more monies to make the state up and doing? But I wonder, why would he want to go to Abuja to get more monies? Whatever he needs are right there in Imo State. The people, the resources, they're there in Imo State. You don't need Abuja connections. But then, if you ask me, he actually started a little on the bad footing, being the fact that he was willing to show Buhari those who wanted him out of office. So who are you willing to point? You're willing to point out people, your own people. These are things that will piss a lot of persons off. You started your dispensation trying to point fingers. I feel you should have minded your business and do the business of the day. But that's my take on this. What's yours? Let's go to a comment section. Let's interact. What do you think about Hope Uzodinma's consistent and continual visit to Abuja rather than govern the